Hello, I'm Dr. Schultz, and this is tip 3 on how to lose weight over the holidays. Now, this is a fun tip, and it is eat, drink, and be merry to lose weight. Okay? Sounds counterintuitive, but let me explain. So, eat is we do have to eat to lose weight. That is the balance, and that's the challenge. Now, we've gone over how often to eat, which was 3 times a day. We've gone over how to eat or what order to eat things in. Meat and veggies first, and take about 80% of your plate. Then everything else takes up 20% or less of your plate. Now, I'm going to teach you how to go nuts and eat while naturally improving your hunger signals, or working with them instead of against them. So, what to do? Now, what I recommend, especially when you struggle with a meal, or you know you're coming into one, you're hungry and you want to try and to cut back on that meal, biggest thing is to eat nuts before the meal. Now, not peanuts. Okay, the 2 big ones that I really want you to focus on are Brazil nuts. They're rich in selenium, which is really good for you, really good for your liver, your detoxification pathways. The other one would be raw almonds. Okay, I would recommend only about 3 Brazil nuts, or maybe 5 to 6 raw almonds. It doesn't seem like a lot, but nuts are primarily fat. And what we want to do is introduce fat into our digestive system, into our stomachs, to sit in our stomach for a little bit before the meal. And what that does is it signals the brain that, hey, we started to get this thing, because fat is one of the greatest things to signal the brain for fullness. Okay, that and protein. So we're actually getting a jump start. We're not adding a ton of calories, but the strategy is to try and to about 20 or 30 minutes before that meal, get a small source of nutritious fat in the body, and that will, by the end of your meal, by the time you're done with your meat and your veggies, we're hoping that that is going to cut back on a lot of those starches and keep those blood insulin levels from spiking and all that kind of good stuff. So, going nuts and having a good time, first is that. Drinking. Drinking is important, but not what you're thinking. Okay, so what I want you to do is to strategically drink liquids. Okay, the first one is going to be first thing in the morning. I want you to have a cool glass of water. It doesn't have to be ice cold, but I want you to take a lemon. Start off with it first. Squeeze a half a lemon into the water. Just cut a lemon in half, squeeze it, and save the other half for the next day. After a few days, you get used to that. I know it's not going to be like lemonade. Get over it. It's okay. You'll survive. After a few days of that, you get used to it. Squeeze the whole lemon in there. What that does is forces your gallbladder, even if you don't have one, it basically stimulates digestion and gets the detoxification process happening very quickly. Okay. If you don't have your gallbladder, take this very slowly. Okay. Take very diluted lemon and go down there, because basically what lemon is going to do is force your gallbladder to contract. If you don't have one, or if you have active gallstones, start very slowly. Start with a very small amount of lemon juice, and then work your way up to what you can tolerate. Everybody's different, so do what you can tolerate. What this does is first thing in the morning, so our first strategic drink is lemon water in the morning. That starts our process, starts hydrating our bodies, and gets some nutrients in our body. And also starts our liver to detoxifying, which is a huge part of weight loss and weight management. The second one is drinking warm or stimulating liquids with meals. Now, it doesn't have to be, I'm not saying drink coffee late at night, but with breakfast and lunch especially, that's a great time for tea, that's a great time for coffee. That way the caffeine doesn't hit you as hard, and those warm liquids are a lot easier during the process of digestion than ice-cold liquid during digestion. Third ones are just that, ice-cold, but in between meals. I want this at least an hour or two after your meal, and about an hour before. So what does this look like? We wake up, we have our lemon water. We have breakfast with tea or coffee, no sugars in your liquid, okay? Maybe a little bit of cream or things like that, but no sugars, please, okay? That will definitely help. So we have our meals, remember, mostly meat and veggies, a little bit of starch. We wait, we don't eat anything in between meals. We have a couple of glasses of ice cold water in between. We get to the meal, we have, so about within a couple of hour or two of the meals, we have our ice cold water. We get to about 15 to 20 minutes before the meal, we have either 3 Brazil nuts or a handful, maybe 5 or 6 raw almonds. We enjoy our meal, we prepare our meal, we get it set out, and we eat our meat and veggies, and then we wait a few hours before our next meal, have some more ice cold water, dinner the same thing as lunch, and then we go to bed. Okay, we don't have anything 2 to 3 hours, at least 2 to 3 hours before we go to bed. Okay, these are 3 great tips to get to actually lose weight throughout the holidays, but I'll throw in a bonus that helps you actually digest, because I know during the holidays it's going to be hard to avoid actually avoiding the fun meals that are going to come with a lot more sugar and a lot more impact. So stay tuned for bonus tip number 4, and I'll show you how to minimize the impact of the big meals that are coming up in the holiday season. Okay, I'm Dr. Brandon Schultz, and if you are interested in my 21-day detox where you can lose up to 20 pounds, please shoot me an email at drbrandonschultz@gmail.com. That's drbrandonschultz@gmail.com, and I look forward to helping you lose weight and keep it off.